With a brand new video, and today we're going to be discussing the new Link monster coming out of Code of the Duelist, and it's called Topologic Bomber Dragon. It is a Link 4 Dark Cyrus type Link effect monster with 3000 attack, and the links are above, bottom right, down, and bottom left. And the requirements are at least 2 effect monsters. So basically, it's kind of just a non-generic monster, but we'll just ignore that for right now. But that's okay. The first effect is if a monster except this card is special summoned at a Link monster's link point, destroy all monsters in the main monster zones. Also, during this turn, other monsters you control cannot attack. So basically, let's say, for example, you decide to synchro summon with a monster into this card. You just happen to special summon a monster into this card. You destroy basically everything. Conversely, if your opponent decides to special summon monsters onto this card, it destroys everything in that as well, which is really interesting. Because your opponent is probably going to be using its effect, or the link uplink, presumably to kind of just get a little bit of advantage, to get a little bit of get some monsters on the board. However, this kind of prevents that. It kind of says at any point when your opponent decides to attach a monster to its link point. By the way, the link points are basically the direction of when the link markers are going, but it's the monster zone that is attached to it. But this is really interesting because it kind of forces the activation, and I think it's during either player's turn. I'm going to assume that it's during either player's turn that this effect kind of activates and resolves this way. So if your opponent decides to put like Decode Talker in the main monster zone, well, Decode Talker is probably dead. That's assuming. I'm not sure if it's during either player's turn or if it's during your turn. It doesn't specify clearly, obviously. And the second effect is after damage calculations. When this card attacks an opponent's monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So if it kills Decode Talker, your opponent is taking 2,500 points of damage. Basically, it's kind of just a Flame Wingman ability, which is kind of a very decent ability on a monster with 3,000 attack. This card is really, really good. I think if anything, you're probably going to be playing this card as a one-of. It's kind of like one of those decent generic tech monsters, kind of like, Castell, or Laval Chain or Diamond Dire Wolf happen to be. They're really good cards, but you probably just play them in 1, maybe 2 ofs just because they're really good cards by themselves. So yeah. Anyway, guys, tell me what you guys think about this card in the comment section down below. I will see you guys in the next video. This has been Team Metamorphos, and I will be signing off.